Hi there, it's Ruth at aRTful Stampin. Now I know this is a bit strange because I'm actually facing the camera right now. This is kind of because there's a couple of things going on in my life and YouTube, and I kind of just want to share it with you and see what you guys think. Okay, so I started putting videos up as aRTful Stampin on YouTube at the end of January, and I think up to now I've got about 60 videos on my channel, and it's been really fun and really creative and great for stretching me, and I'm really pleased to sort of get the response from you guys, and you know, I'm up to 600 subscribers and it's just been really exciting. However, I've been thinking about where else to go, so I wanted to kind of enlist your help and to get some feedback from you guys, and yeah, just see what next. So there's that. Then also I had a conversation with my downline, really lovely downline of mine, and she was ever so encouraging of what I do and my creativity. And she kept kind of saying to me, be true to yourself, just create what you love creating. And that's not to say I haven't been creating what I don't love creating, but she kind of reminded me that sometimes it's really good to just create for my enjoyment and to explore the things that I really love making with Stampin' Up products. So yeah, so I've been a demonstrator for about 4 years now, and I really love Stampin' Up products, and it's helped me kind of change and hone my creative style. But at the same time, I've tried to remain really true to the things that I really like doing, and a kind of a quality production of craft and art, and yeah. So I'm thinking that over the next few weeks I'm actually going to take a break from, wait for it, kind of going on like the internet, like Pinterest, like looking at my blog feeds, even YouTube itself, to get inspiration. I'm just going to focus on getting inspiration from the things that are around me, rather than going to the internet and looking at other bloggers or creators to kind of inspire me when I get a bit of a kind of creative lull. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. So it's all sparked the idea of keeping it real. So I don't know what that's going to totally mean, but yeah, anyway, so I'm just sharing with you some of my thoughts. Okay, so we're standing in my kitchen, okay, and I was about to say forgive the mess, but kind of don't forgive the mess, because this is just, like, I'm just not the world's tidiest person, and although I try and keep the place as tidy as possible, because I have 4 kids and a husband, sometimes there is just washing up that needs to be done, as you can probably see, because it is constant, you know, as soon as, you know, I get a side clear, it's just messy again, so it's just constant. Anyway, I don't know if you can hear it in the background, there's kind of like dripping. That's because we went blackberry picking today, and we harvested some really gorgeous blackberries and some elderberries. Here in the UK it's coming up to autumn, so there's lots of lovely like apples on the trees and blackberries in the hedgerows and stuff like that. So it's been really great to yeah, so what you're staring at is I have stewed some apples and blackberries and elderberries, and they are hanging in this like muslin bag from my my oven extractor fan knob thing here, and it's dangling over a bowl, and that's collecting all this gorgeous, I don't know if I can see the colour of that, sorry, it's night time here and the lighting's not great. It's collecting all this gorgeous juice, and so tomorrow I've got a girlfriend coming around and we're going to make some more jelly, so I can show you some jelly I made last week. So this is it here. This is just a little pot of leftover jelly from the pan. So anyway, this is what we're going to be making tomorrow. So right, this brings me to my make for today. basically what happened was I went to switch on my daylight simulation bulb that I usually use for when I do filming, and it popped. It just went, and I thought, oh no, I can't film tonight. So, you know, sometimes it's really interesting to have things happen in your life that perhaps you hadn't planned, and it makes you think of a new way of doing something. So I'd had this kind of sort of a plan in my head about a couple of weeks ago for what to do with this vellum, and I'd started it, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to finish it. And then I had the new envelope, no, not envelope, the new bag punch board from Stampin' Up. I don't think that's quite the right name for it, but I'll look it up later. And so I've had a play making a really cute little bag. So I'm just going to talk you through how I've done this, because I'm not going to be able to shoot a film and do it in front of you. So I've used the Winter Wonderland Designer Vellum stack, and in here are lots of different gorgeous elements, and the one design that has had me absolutely stumped, I have to confess, is this one, the one with the antlers. And it's not that I don't like it, it's just I just don't know what to do with it. So I have to confess, again, Pinterest was my friend, and I subscribed to a lady. Actually, she's a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and her name absolutely escapes me. She's really lovely, and I've been following her for years. She pinned something like a sketch. It was all to do with like sketching and drawing, which I am interested in, and I'm going to be sharing a few more of my sketches and drawings with you at another point. She showed a sketch of some antlers, kind of like this, with maybe a bit larger and a bit wider apart, with a cluster of flowers in between it. And I thought, that's what I do with these antlers. I need to put flowers on them, because I'm a flower girl. I love flowers. Flowers are my thing. It makes me tick. So I had to think of what design I had in my stamp set that was small enough to fit these little antlers. And so I turned to Floral Wings, which is a hostess set at the moment. So if you place an order for over £150, you can get this hostess set. And in it is this little rose here and that little leaf there. So I have stamped, I just lift that up so that you can see. I have, get into focus, camera, come on. Start that again. If it'll go into focus. Ooh, there we go. I have stamped the little rose and on a piece of white, whisper white cardstock, then punched it out using the Owl Builder Punch, like one of the eyes from the Owl Builder Punch, and then stamped the two leaves kind of either side in a row. So I just did a row of those, and then onto the bag. So what I did was I scored the bag. Now there's lots of videos on YouTube of how to use the bag punch, so I'm probably not going to do one myself because it's kind of like a technical video and there's so many out there, you don't need me to be telling you how to use it. So what I did was I scored the bag, I used one sheet of A4 cardstock, and then I stamped on it because I wanted to roughly know where to be heading for with the stamp sets. And I initially did have the idea of maybe using the butterfly, and the butterfly's quite big. I measured it, it's 8 centimeters across, and that's about the measurement of this here, 8 centimeters. So yeah, so my tip is score first, then stamp, particularly if you want to put a design, say in a central portion here, okay? And I can imagine I'll probably be doing other videos where I do designs on bags just to show you how that works. Okay, so I stamped that. I stamped with this cluster here. So I stamped with the roses and then went back over and then stamped the leaves. Now, a little tip. Let's see if I can find it. Sometimes when I went to stamp the leaves, it might be this portion here. Not sure. Anyway, when I went to stamp the leaves, oh yeah, here, with this rose here, there was meant to be another leaf here, this section here, and because I'd already stamped this leaf here,
I realised it was going to kind of clash and look a bit odd. So don't be afraid to get your wipe and wipe off any ink from a leaf that's just going to make it look a bit odd. Then the other thing I found was, you know, I try as much as possible not to get ink on my hands. However, sometimes you do get ink on your hands and it does transfer onto the work that you're working on. So what's really handy is those little red roses, and the leaves come in real handy to cover up any blemishes. So these little stamps here and dotted around are basically me covering up any mistakes that I've made by getting stamps on. And that's the great thing about stamping, you know, as I said earlier, sometimes mistakes happen, but then by kind of working around them, you discover a whole new way of working, which is really great. Okay, so that's my bag, and that's what I used. So then I just tied it up with the gorgeous Whisper White satin ribbon, which is just really beautiful. And then all I've done is tucked some of the pom-pom trim in between where I've tied it there. And initially I did have the bow right in the middle and the pom-pom trim coming down the middle, but then it kind of hid all the work I'd done. So I thought, no, I don't want that. I want to actually see my roses. So now it's at the side. Now the only thing, when I look at this, I think it kind of looks like a dinner jacket with like buttons down the middle. But never mind. There we go. That sometimes does happen when you make something and then it kind of looks a bit strange. But anyway, I like the look of it. I love the red and the green against the white. It looks really crisp and gorgeous. Okay, so I'm nearly coming to the end of this video because I need to get it uploaded. But please, guys out there who, you know, some of you have left the most loveliest, encouraging comments over the last few days, and I've been so touched. And also, that brings me on to talk about something else. I was also really touched about how some of you guys are just interested about me and where I live. I'm going to turn my camera around right now so you can see my face. And that brought me to thinking about if I did some videos where, yes, you got to see something that I made, but I was also talking a little bit more about myself and maybe where I live and the things that are happening in my life. And it's not because, I don't know, maybe it is because I've got like illusions of grandeur or wanting to be a celebrity, I don't know. But no, it's just really nice to reach out and kind of touch people's lives and connect with people from all over around the world. It's just been really, really lovely. So I'm thinking of, so this is my thought so far. I'm thinking of doing a series of videos where, because One Sheet Wonder Wednesday is coming up to the 20th video, and I'm thinking of stopping at 20 and then maybe changing to doing something where I'm a little bit more chatty and, you know, still doing a demonstration, but yeah, just a little bit more chatty. Then the second idea I have is to do a series of videos about kind of Stampin' basics. So even things like how to open the ink pads, how to re-ink them, how to use your Stampin' trimmer. Someone asked me the other day about how to tie a bow. So I'm thinking, okay, so please comment below any ideas you have for me to video. And those videos will be less chatty because I would like that to build up a kind of reference library for people to come back and watch again and again because they need to, you know, just go over some techniques. Or if they, you know, if I have new customers of mine and I can't be physically with them to show them how to do something, it means that they can then go back to those videos and have help from me without me physically being there. So please comment below. If you've never subscribed before and you're wondering what I'm going on about and you want to know more, then do subscribe. And to everyone else who has been ever so sweet over the last few weeks, thank you so much. It's really, really appreciated, and it really helps to kind of push my creativity further. So I hope you guys are well, and I look forward to hearing from you, and hopefully I'll be back on Wednesday with another One Sheet Wonder Wednesday. Okay, take care. Bye bye.